Kamakailan ay maraming mga netizen ang nagulat nang lumabas ang isang Abigail Wright kasama ang kanyang 15-year-old na anak na babae. At ayon sa kanyang kwento, nagkaroon sila ng relasyon ni Francis Magalona at nagkaanak nga. Si Abigail Wright ay isang dating flight attendant na kung saan ay matagal niya di umanong itinago ang naging relasyon niya kay Francis. Pero ngayon ay planong mag-artista ng kanyang anak, kaya naman naibahagi niya ang kanyang kwento. Pero dahil dito, marami ang nagtanong at naapektuhan din ang sinasabing pamilya ni Francis Magalona na sina Pia Magalona pati ang mga anak nito na sina Maxine. Kaya naman dahil dito, dumami ang tanong at lalong nagulantang ang mga netizen nang lumabas ang isang Robby Tarroza na kilalang kaibigan ni Francis Magalona at concert producer. Doon ay kinuwento niya na hindi pala kasal si Francis Magalona at si Pia Magalona, kaya daw walang sinirang pamilya si Abigail Wright. Narito ang kanyang buong naging kwento na talaga namang ikinagulat ng maraming nakabalita. Wala kasi tayong divorce sa Pilipinas. But even with kasal, ang tanong, was Kiko married to Pia? No, she was married to another guy with last name Lim and they had a son, Nicolo, and daughter Una. Who many of us knew this? Pia, huwag ka magpabiktima. Grabe ka. No one broke up your marriage, dear. You were never married in the Philippines. Okay mga palangga na magaganda at pogi. Here is my Francis Magalona story. I met Francis through Larry Scott, my album producer then in 1992. We ran into Francis at a recording studio owned by Jose Marie Gonzalez, father of both Ana Margarita Gonzalez and Cristina Gonzalez Romualdez. Right away, Kiko or Francis and I hit it off. He always went out of his way to say hi to me. A few years later, my ex and I started producing major concerts in the Philippines and Japan. In 1999, if I'm not mistaken, we produced a concert tour for Kiko. Unfortunately, it wasn't a profitable tour and Kiko knew it. This is why he said to me, "Rob, part of the construction of my house in Cottonwood Heights subdivision in Antipolo was from you. I will always be grateful for your help." So life went on and we rarely saw each other. But when we did, super kwentuhan kami for hours. Francis loved me and showed it every time we got together. May utang na loob yun. So fast forward to 2007, if I'm not mistaken, I ran into Kiko in Makati. He looked so fresh and glowing. We talked a little about his marijuana possession case, then he invited me to go smoke cigars somewhere on Wilson in Green Hills. I don't smoke cigars but I still went to have a few drinks with him. Francis then told me he was done with Pia and left her. He told me he couldn't take it anymore. All the fights and bugbugan nila, yung ugali daw ni Pia na nakakasira ng utak, he said he now has peace. A few months later, we met again and he mentioned he was with another woman who is totally the opposite na ugali ni Pia. He stressed, ang sarap pala ng ganitong real love, Robski. Yeah, he called me Robski. LOL, parang gangster ko yun. Francis and I kept in touch and I vowed to keep everything between us. I never had the chance to meet this girl he loved so much. Maybe one day I will, both her and Francis' love child. Yes, love child because she was conceived by real love. Francis wants the world to know about her. I'm sure he does. So for all of you judgmental people that did not know the real story, Francis and Pia were already separated before he got into this amazing relationship. He deserved to experience real love at least once in his lifetime. I knew them both, Pia and Francis. I witnessed bloody fights between them, very destructive and dysfunctional. He told me he only stayed for the kids and wished he was free from the FCKN BTZH. Those were his words. I know Kiko is watching all this and he knows what he wants for his children. All his children. Diba mga kababayan ko? Sa puntong ito ay umabot na sa halos 3,000 shares, 3,000 ang nag-react at 40 naman ang nag-comments. Ayon sa mga netizen, talagang nakakagulat ang revelasyon na ito dahil tila nanahimik naman ang pamilya ni Francis Magalona na sina Pia pati ang mga anak na sina Maxine. Pero ang ayaw lang tila ni Robby ay magmukhang biktima daw di amano si Pia Magalona. Marami rin ang nalungkot dahil nagkakaroon pala ng issue ang relasyon ni Francis Magalona at ni Pia at mukhang naging malungkot ang huling buhay ni Francis Magalona. Taong 2016 na kung saan nga ay sinulat ni Pia ang Letters to My Children ay doon niya sinabi na bago pa man sila nagkakilala ni Francis Magalona ay meron na siyang anak, 19-year-old ng unang maging mommy si Pia. At sa interview niya with the podcast na kung saan nga ay host kanyang anak na si Saab at ang asawa nitong si Jim Bacaro, marami ang inamin ni Pia doon. Ayon sa kanya, when Francis and I got together, I already had 2 children. Francis really loved my kids also and I would joke about it na mas love niya yung kids ko kaysa sa akin. And that's why gusto niya to be with me kasi I think rare although it's fun na parang instant family. Francis lived a total of 7 months more after that and it was a whirlwind of confinements and discharges and treatments and test after test after test. Faith is really all we ever had and still have for those he left behind. Our family will forever be grateful to family, friends, co-artists, companies, and the Filipino people who supported us both financially and spirit throughout the journey we called his happy battle and even afterward. Through his recordings, his legacy lives on. Matatandang inamin din ni Pia Magalona noong 2020 sa isang post na hindi bedo process ang kanilang pagsasama. Narito ang kanyang sinabi. Siguro kapag talagang meant kayo with each other, which was the thing I see between me and Francis, yung life namin together is just all happen. We're like away bati every single day kasi nga he's very childlike and I learned to deal with that and I learned to love that talaga about him. Sa bandang huli ay sinabi ni Pia ang ganito, alam ko ang nararamdaman niya at alam niya ang nararamdaman ko, kaming dalawa, it's all in me. And even if I miss him, I'm glad that we have our children and it's a reminder na he's all with me. Sa puntong ito ay hindi naman agad nag-judge ang maraming netizen dahil matagal ang pinagsamahan ni Pia at ni Francis Magalona at inamin naman ni Pia na hindi naman talaga naging smooth ang pagkakaroon nila ng relasyon ni Francis. Pero all throughout the time na may sakit si Francis ay nandoon si Pia at ang kanyang pamilya. Well, ano po ang masasabi niyo sa story na ito?